What's going on, everyone? This is Vince from Life with Vince Luu, and I am some random guy on YouTube with a bunch of hobbies and a bunch of interests. If you want to follow my journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. And one of those hobbies and interests is actually hanging out with my two cats, Waffles and Olive. And today's video, I just wanted to go over what it means to own two cats and the financial commitments that come with owning two cats. So maybe you recently adopted a cat or you're thinking about adopting a cat. Here's what you can expect. And really, I'm going to break this down into three portions. The first portion is going to be the adoption fees. So with Waffles, we actually adopted him from my brother's friend. His friend's cat had a litter and Waffles was one of those. So we got Waffles that way. And then with Olive, we actually adopted her from the shelter. So it'll give you two different perspectives. And then the next section will be doctor visits. And then after that will just be miscellaneous or reoccurring costs. So let's get into it. So the very first thing are the adoption fees. With Waffles, we ended up, as I said before, we ended up getting him from my brother's friend. So he didn't have any of his shots. He didn't have any doctor's visit. He wasn't neutered at that point. So we had to take him in to get all of this done. So as you can tell, I'm going to put the bills up on the screen as well so you can follow along. The first bill that we got, the very first visit that we took him to the veterinary hospital, it cost us $196, and that was just for an exam and just it says fecal oviparasites, because I think at that point he might have had parasites or his poop was like kind of stinking. So they did like all these tests and stuff and just like normal vaccinations. And then the next 3 times that we went, he was just going to get an exam and then also a vaccination. So he had to get 3 or 4 different vaccinations. So the next 3 exams were about $69, including with the vaccination. So with this veterinary hospital, this is the first one that we went to. It was actually $45 for an exam. But the new one that we're currently at, they're around $69. So it'll range. It can be from the 40s to the 60s or 70s. So that, and then the last visit that we took Waffles to this specific veterinary hospital, it was $24, and it was for a rabies vaccination. So, and then moving on to Olive. Actually, Olive, when we adopted her, her name was Dollify. I mean, who gave that name? Dollify. And she was already spayed and everything, like all of her shots and everything was already up to date. So the rescue center took care of that. So it was a lot cheaper than Waffles. And as you can tell by the screenshot, it was about $125. So $125 included everything from all her shots, her rabies, to spade her and everything like that. So as far as the adoption fees, if you're thinking about going with adopting them from a litter that a friend has, so it was $196.42 plus $69 plus $69 plus $69 plus $24. So in grand total for Waffles' adoption, including everything, was $427.42. Versus Olive, when we adopted her from the rescue center, it was $125 altogether. So it's a lot cheaper to adopt a cat from an adoption center. And a lot of times adoption centers will have like free weekend, or if it's a holiday or something like that, like specials, they'll have a $0, adopt them for, nothing. So you can look out for those too. So moving on to hospital visits. So hospital visits, the first hospital visit that we took them to, we had them both already at this time. And we noticed that their poop was kind of smelling. And it was mainly Waffles and Olive, so we decided to take Waffles in. And this is a brand new veterinary hospital, so the prices are going to be a little bit different as well, as you can see. So we took Waffles in, and the first session that we took him in, he was $182.02. So the exam itself was $65, and since his like poop was stinking, they were thinking that he might have some sort of infection. So they added on some metronidazole tablets. So just antibiotic tablets to help his stomach as well. So the next visit, which was 3 weeks later, it was for $117.84. So as you can tell, they gave us another batch of that medicine, but this time it was for Olive. And because we were noticing that Waffles was getting better, but Olive, now her poop was stinking because they share a litter box. Or we have 2 litter boxes, and they share the 2 litter boxes. So now we were putting her on it as well. And it's just like some random stuff. You know, the RCVD feline PR, the doctor was thinking that the infection or whatever it was, the bug in their stomach was caused by their food. So they had special food. All right, so you can get a lot cheaper food at the grocery store and everything, but speaking with the veterinarian, she was saying, you know, depending on the cat, they might react to certain foods certain ways, just the same way as humans have allergies. Some cats might do better with certain foods. So as you can see there, the RVCD feline PR, it was $70, and that's just a special kind of diet that they're on. The pill pockets was because they weren't taking the pills. Because they're bitter, you have to chop them up and then put them in little pill pockets. So, yeah. And then the next time we went to this same veterinarian, it was actually for Olive. And Olive has this stuff on her chin, like little black things that come out, and it's just like a culture, and it would like scab up, but we just thought it was cat acne. And that actually is a big headache. We have to actually wash her chin twice a day because she has cat acne, or actually we don't really know what it is yet, even still to this day. So first they would thought it was cat acne, and we kept going back for tests, and test after test after test after test, as you will see in the next shot. So they gave us this shampoo because originally they thought it was cat acne. So this shampoo, we just have to wash her twice, and then also the exam, and then Muricin ointment. So it was ointment for her chin, and then also those tablets to help with that as well, to fight what they thought at that time was cat acne. And then 3 months later, so we did that for a few months, and it was getting better at one point, but then we started only washing her chin about once a day instead of twice a day, and then it kind of came back. So we went back, and then she was like, okay, it's probably not cat acne. So they tested her for ringworm, and they took the cytology for her ear and skin, and as you can see, that one was expensive. That one was $363.43. So for them to test for like a culture, they swabbed the stuff on the bottom of her chin and then ran tests on it, and it turns out it wasn't ringworm. So that was $190. And they just did a bunch of other tests, and every time that you go, as you can see, the quarterly exam or whatever the exam, it's like $60. So no matter what you do, even if you go in and they do nothing, it's at least going to cost you $60. And then the next time we went in was 2 weeks later, because the ringworm test came back and it wasn't ringworm, so they did another culture test, which was $263, right? And the recheck exam was $55. So, I mean, we're just trying to figure it out. And at this point, they didn't even know what it was exactly. So they just kept running tests. So $263 just to run these tests. The next one we came back was about a week later after that. At this point, they are 40 Flora. So 40 Flora, they were having gut issues again, so their poop was kind of stinking more than usual. So the 40 Flora is to help with their digestion. It's just this powder, and then we put it on their food. And the azithromycin liquid. So she was saying that we're gonna try that now to help with the skin culture, and actually it's been a lot better. Like, her chin is way better now, but we still have to clean it twice a day, and we still have to give her the liquid and then also the 40 Flora. So, and yeah, there you go. That's where you have it as far as office visits. Olive has definitely been a little bit more expensive, actually a lot more expensive, but they kind of go hand in hand as well, because whatever, you know, Waffles has, Olive usually has, and then whatever Olive has, usually Waffles has as well, just because they share a litter box, they share their food, and everything like that. So all in all, Waffles office visits, $182.02 plus $117.84, grand total of $299.86 for Waffles, and then Olive, $158 plus $363 plus $325 plus $118 plus the cents, $962.85 for Olive. And there you go. That's the office visits, and we've had them only for about a year or so. We got them last March. No, we got Waffles at the end of March, and then we adopted Olive in May. So we've had them for about a year, a little bit less than a year, right? So, and then that's just the office visits and the adoption stuff. And you're not even getting into recurring costs. So recurring costs can be literally super expensive. And it depends how far you're willing to go with it. I mean, you have your food. So for us, we give them the special food, and the special food is to help with their gut, and because we had other food before, but they didn't like it, and then so we got to find a food that works, but also doesn't mess up their stomach, and that they'll actually eat. So the food that we get is $61 for like a smaller bag. It's not even a huge bag, and then we have to get that every 2 to 3 months, I would say. The cat litter, we also need to get a special one because I've tried other ones and it didn't work. And they just really like this one, so that's $25, and that's also every about 1.5 to 2.5 months. And flea medicine costs $58.98 for 6, and you have to. So it's $10 each flea medicine application. So each time that you put flea medicine on them, it's $10, which you should be doing it about once a month. And then also you just have like miscellaneous things, your cat tree, I mean on Amazon, you don't have to get your cat a cat tree, but we have a cat tree, and we're probably going to think about getting another one. Like the one we have is similar to this one, which is about $64 on Amazon. And then you have treats, and then you have toys, and then you just have literally like a miscellaneous thing. So that's what you can expect. If you own a cat, or if you own cats, just know that, it's not cheap, especially if you really want to, take care of your cats. For us, we're a little over the top, and we're going to get them the best things. We're going to get them the treatment. I mean, for me, honestly, it sucks paying $300 to get tests done, but it's a peace of mind. And there are insurance plans out there. We haven't gotten them, obviously, but if you're thinking about pet insurance, that's a good way as well. So hope you all enjoyed that video. Actually, following this, as you notice, there's going to be a couple more minutes. This is us taking the cats on a walk. So before you get to that, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. See ya soon, and enjoy us taking them on a walk. Come on, boy. Gotta get in here. Oh. Gotta strap them in. Hey, if you want to go outside, put this on.
Yo! Oh, she just needs to warm up. No, they just got freaked out. Olive?
They just ran back to the house because there was people and they're scared. That's what they do every single time when there's commotion. You're fine. Hey, look.
Bubbles.
Waffies.
Bubbles. No! Olive, can you wag the leash?
Hey.